All right, so we've pressed record and we're jumping straight into it. This is episode 3 of your Daily Dose podcast. And if you think about what's the dose, I believe everyone has a story, and you can find a daily dose in what you hear on this podcast. So search for some inspiration, some conspiracy, some conflict, or some jokes, or just some good time. But today we have a special episode because I am talking to some girls that are a part of my yoga practice already. They've lifted some sandbags with me. They've been crazy enough to allow me to try to get them as strong as possible, as healthy as possible, and now they're on this weird yoga journey with me. To my right, we got Deliz. Say what's up, what's up?
Hi, everyone. This is Deliz.
Hell yeah. And the two that I'm going to intro in first is Myra.
Hi, this is Myra.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. One interesting fact, Myra, about yourself.
One interesting fact about myself. Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot.
Think about it for a little bit. And then her sister, also joining us on the podcast, is Melissa. What's up, Melissa?
Hi, everyone. This is Melissa.
Hell yeah. And you got a fact for us, Myra?
No, I still don't know what's interesting.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, thank you guys for, allowing me to record one of these conversations. I think we've been practicing physical fitness, and I've been a coach for about what? If we put it all together, about a year maybe?
I would say a year, yeah.
A year. And now that we've started this yoga journey and all that, and we started doing these recap sessions of our asana flow and keeping like a training journal, I thought it'd be fun to basically propose a question, kind of like what we do in our journal and recap, and turn it into a podcast episode. So before we get started, let's bring some attention to our posture. With a nice inhale, everyone did it. Squeeze that mula bandha, energetic spine, and with an inhale, collective, please inhale now. And at your top, hold. And when you're ready to exhale, please do it subtly. And let's get into the podcast. Yeah, so this is new for me and everything. Excited about it. We're in the park right now. Can someone describe the setting in beautiful San Diego, California?
It's starting to get kind of chilly, and the sun is definitely setting, and it's just really like the air feels really like fresh and crisp, and it's just nice. It's that nice powdered blue.
Yeah,
With some orange peeking through.
right. It's not like I wouldn't say it's gloomy. It's like perfect for photos in a sense, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like you're taking some photos in the park right now, or doing some yoga. You would love it so much. But what do you guys think about today's asana practice? How did it connect with you? What came up during the asana practice?
I feel for sure that I'm getting stronger and that I'm getting better at the moves. I used to struggle a lot, and I used to like even get kind of a bit of a, like a tension headache when I was doing some of the moves because like my body doesn't really have like the upper strength. And just fun fact, now that I came up with it, like before I started training with like Luther, um, I didn't exercise at all. So this whole fitness journey is very new to me, and this is the longest I've ever exercised. Like really, like the last time like I really exercised was when I like in maybe 10th grade of like high school, and I got like that requirement waived to like not take like physical education anymore. And then a few times I try to like get into fitness.
Wait, what? wait. Tell me about this waiver.
So I don't know if it's just my school at the
Uh-huh.
time because it's like a charter school, but like at 10th grade, you can kind of like test out so that for like 11th or 12th grade, you don't have to take physical education anymore. And instead, you take like another like class. It doesn't matter. Like for us, it was just because they wanted to give us more like AP classes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't really exercise since then, and I'm about to turn 35 this month, so there's that. Since then, like I've tried to sort of exercise, but it didn't last any more than like a few weeks. I never really was committed. So for me, like this whole like fitness journey is really new, starting from like last year, and then like the whole yoga obviously is like very new, and I struggle a lot, but like I can feel like my core is getting better, my strength is getting better, and I don't get like those tension headaches in my head anymore when I do some of the moves. It feels slightly more natural.
Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna make a note of that. But and thank you for giving us your training history. I didn't even think about that. I'm so bad at this because I'm like, we all know each other, but the people that are listening don't know. So that was Melissa. Hey, Myra, tell us about your training history and everything. I think that'd be great.
So I wasn't really athletic at all in high school, I would say. I would say Deliz and I played around definitely more in PE classes than we actually,
Yeah, chatting.
hanging out.
What
How
is
to
it?
get away with it. Absolutely.
Machismo? Is that what it is? What is it called?
No.
Tea time? But what is it like?
Cheesemate time.
Cheesemate.
time.
My cheese.
My
That was
bad.
our cheesemate time. And Deliz and I definitely did not do anything during PE. We would be last place in tennis so that we could be in the last tennis court just playing
Chilling.
with ourselves.
Yeah, basically.
Um,
Competitive.
It was a choice to be
Zero.
last place.
Yeah.
it was a choice to lose against people, yes.
I love it.
That way you just hung out
Chill.
with people and friends. But I think in college I started exercising by myself, but I was definitely not consistent. I think it wasn't until around 10 years ago when I started doing boxing, and that's really when I started focusing on more about movement and learning to exercise regularly. I definitely wasn't following any diet plan or anything back then. And then I did get a personal trainer for some time, and we were doing more weightlifting. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of struggle a lot with that personal training just because I wasn't really taught like proper form how to do movements. So I did get injured through that. And then again, I just went back to boxing, and then COVID happened, and I was again doing just weightlifting by myself and whatnot. And it wasn't until last year that we started doing sandbag training that I really felt like I started to be more conscious about my form and proper form, because that has always been really important to me. Just
You had a better
because-
coach. Jokes.
But, like, you don't know how important form is until you get older and you start feeling all your bad decisions, right, from, like, your younger years. And I feel
Preach.
like now I'm, like, in that stage of my life where, like, if I'm going to do things, I want to do them properly. I don't want to be, like, injuring myself again because it's traumatic going through an injury and recovering.
For sure. Cool. Okay. Let's talk about your history. We didn't talk about that in episode 1 at all. We talked about like how we've done powerlifting, CrossFit, sandbags, and now we're in this yoga journey. But what's your physical history?
Oh man, for me, I did a lot of dancing. So when I was young, I think I maintained a lot of my exercising through dancing, and I loved it. It was definitely great. A lot of tea, so that's kind of why I grew out of it. And then
You gotta tell people what tea is.
oh
You
man,
can't let 'em
tea
get
time.
lost.
It's just cheese man. People are just
Drama.
gossip. Yeah, basically, that's basically it. I swear, if they could do like telenovela of when we do danza, it would kill because it's everything. It's just like it's crazy. It's like the older people get in the group, it's like they revert to being teenagers again. They're arguing about literally the most unimportant things of all time. I'm just like, wow, you're upset because she didn't say hi. We're 50 here. Come on, let's get it together. Like, I'm pretty sure it was not intentional, but not the point. Exercising. After that, I didn't really exercise after I left danza, so that was like maybe around 21. So I didn't start exercising again until maybe 26, which I also got a personal trainer. And I enjoyed it. I had fun. I did training with my cousin for a little bit, so we did like group training. So I definitely enjoyed that group aspect of training. And then when me and you started dating, it's when we really got into the whole powerlifting, trying new things, because I'm also very limited to it's like I like to be good at things, so I'm going to do things that I'm good at. I don't really explore that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a crazy fitness nut. I like to try everything fitness, or give it an attempt at first. So yeah, cool. And so we've all ended up in this just this season, and I don't think it's the season for me. I think I'm actually going to be doing this for a while of yoga. And like everything that you've tried, from the PE class, the boxing, the personal trainer, and everything like that, how does it feel compared to like what we're building towards now with our asana practice?
I feels like we're building from scratch, which is nice. Because I feel like it's a culmination of like things I've done through my different stages of exercising and whatnot. So I do feel like I'm getting more flexible and stronger, and I'm being more conscious about my body and just being able to feel like how the movement feels, right? And I feel like sometimes you're so focused on results that you kind of forget about focusing on those little details.
Yeah.
So I definitely see how I'm getting better in each lesson, how I'm getting more flexible, and how it doesn't feel as much of a struggle doing certain poses. And I don't necessarily predict where you're doing next, but I can kind of think, oh, we're gonna probably breathe in this position, right? So like you start kind of putting things together about what you're doing, which is really nice.
I love that. Yeah, it's your flow. As long as there's like a cohesive sequence, right? Like it's sequencing together. It feels like it just goes together and it melts together, and all that. No, I absolutely love it, Melissa. So you said you're turning 35, 35, and you have not trained since 10th grade, basically, until we started doing sandbag training and everything, right?
Yeah, not consistently. Like I know I try to get into doing like the same things that Myra did, but like I lasted mostly like a month at most,
Mhm.
right?
Cool.
Like not even a
Awesome.
year anywhere close. Like I will kind of give up, especially because I would get very frustrated because I'm very self-conscious that like I've never like been athletic. I've always been like, even when I try my hardest, I was like always the last kid when we had to run the mile. I always was the one that like, just struggle basic movements that some people like just do them like
Mhm.
effortlessly.
Naturally.
Yeah, like I would struggle. So I became like very self-conscious about that. So that's why like when I started doing this, like I knew I had to do it, not just that, but I also was having like I'm having like health issues in terms of like now that like I'm in my mid 30s, like everything like stuff that wasn't even in like my labs before in my 20s, it's like cholesterol, triglycerides, fatty liver, and it's kind of like I need to actually start moving or else like I'm not going to live very long. And what I'm loving about this whole thing, it's just like it's like doing a little bit of like everything, like the yoga that I'm really liking, because like I'm starting to like realize I can do a little bit more flexibility. It's not as a struggle as much as before. The running, definitely the cardio is important, and I'm hoping also obviously to go back to at some point back to like the weight training.
Oh yeah, we got some sandbag stuff planned in the future, but we're gonna just really develop and like callus the body with our asana series and all that. I think it's funny that you're like all these things are popping up in labs and all that. That's like your check engine light of your car. Most people will just drive their car and not get it checked out and don't do any what is it, planned maintenance, or and they would just be like, oh, and then the lights, they're like, oh no, and another light pops in and another light, and they're like, okay, I need to address this. I find it fun that you took that like you recognize that you needed to do something. So for people that are like in that similar position, because I think there's a lot of people out there in this world walking around that's like, I have not exercised since I had a PE teacher, right? And if they
Yeah.
had a chance to opt out like yourself and take some more college courses because they're like, I'm young, I'm being told that I need to develop my career. There's an American dream, I have to go to school. So either physical fitness where I can, gossip and be
Yeah.
last in tennis and not be competitive, or I can take some, AP chemistry and make my college time a little less. And I can see where that's very attractive, especially to a young mind. But now, like Myra, what you just said, getting older, you feel the importance of movement and doing it
Mhm.
correctly. So, someone in that position that has not worked out in, since 10th grade or post high school, like in a graceful way, there's a lot of people on the internet just saying, get up, get off the couch, pussy, work out. Ugh. How would you put it in a graceful way, though? How would you like to receive that message? If you can see yourself on the couch or just not going to the gym or wanting to sign up for a group class, what would you tell yourself in the past to get yourself into a class and a routine sooner?
I would have definitely told myself, like, maybe you should start becoming more active now so that you will prevent some issues that will pop up later. Like, if I would have known what I know now, that I would let my health get to the point that it is now. Like, I'm not like dying, obviously, or anything. But
Guys, Melissa is very healthy, by the way.
yeah, I'm not dying or anything.
Like, just understand that she's very healthy.
yeah, like I'm still functioning pretty well. It's just like I said, I never expected to get to the point where like my fatty liver, for example, like it's like stage 2. And like I said, like the reason it's like that is because like my diet is not the best and just not being very active. Like if I would have known that this would have happened, like I honestly thought like life wouldn't start catching up to me until like maybe my late 40s, 50s,
Okay.
and not in my 30s. I did not expect, like it was kind of like it feels early because I can feel I'm getting older, but I still don't feel like I'm that old. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
We're
think
young. What do you mean?
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Stop. You're only
30s is great.
Yeah,
Thriving,
no, but
thriving.
yeah, but like, I was just like, I just didn't expect, for like life to like
Hit you.
hit me
Yeah.
when it did.
Yeah. So when we stop moving and then we attempt to move, boy, you feel how the body has just like got comfortable being still, but not in the best way. Just like, oh, now I got to bend this way. And you're like, whoa, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. It's like, man, I remember I could just wake up, like in your 20s, you wake up, you stretch once, stretch twice, brush your teeth, and you get ready to jump out of plane. You're ready. Whatever. If I get up too fast, I get dizzy now. I'm like, whoa. And
Absolutely.
I'm like, this is a case of the 30s. A nice little inhale to reset. Exhale to accept. Okay, I'm not going to pass out. Yeah, physical fitness is just so important. I think I really understood that post 25. I've always been physical, love it. And I realize that I am so happy that I get joy in doing this. Some people don't. And it's the hardest thing to connect with someone, to tell them like, hey, it doesn't matter if you don't enjoy it. You have to do it because this is a deposit. This is a check. This is compound interest in your body. That's just going to develop and make you a richer person mentally and physically, especially if you are committing to a workout plan that's not destructive.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that is where you take it too far, or you're like, sorry, and then we journaled about this, the comparison aspect of like, what are you comparing yourself to? Like comparison can be good because it gives you standards and gives you a ladder or somewhere to like go, like a guide. But it can also be bad because you're like, I'm 30, I'm 34, and I'm not this, I'm not that in my fitness and whatever. And I feel like it's your place, it's your practice, it's your race. You have to go your pace. That's it. Boom. What would you tell yourself to kind of get back? And I'm talking to Myra here. Sorry. Tell yourself to get in the, just accept a more physical routine. Actually, it's a little different for you because it seems like you always knew like, hey, I need to work out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So why did the pandemic kind of stop the boxing?
It stopped the boxing, but I was still like doing weight training with one of my cousins as well. And I
Okay.
was still doing it with my aunt. So I was never truly just inactive, but I did work a lot of hours during COVID. So that kind of did work against me in terms of being active. But I've always tried to keep active in some way just because I feel like if you stop movement, like you mentioned, it's going to be really hard for me to get back to it. And I've always been self-conscious about the fact that, well, to give you a bit of background, like I've always been overweight since I was little. And like that was just something that I've always been conscious about. Now I'm like,
This is an audio only podcast. Myra is not overweight. Okay.
She looks great.
Don't think
listen to
we're looking or talking to an overweight person.
correct.
No, but she did like she's made a lot of progress because she used to be like, she went from like Oh, I don't want to
Well,
talk about.
don't say my weight.
I don't want to say the size.
Anyways,
But she went like a few at least 2
Guys, you
I
missed the
three
eye contact there. She
sizes
looked
down,
at her like, do I say the number? Do
I don't
want
to say numbers. So I'm not gonna say
No,
numbers.
I went like down 2 pant sizes because I was going
Okay.
up. So I did lose weight, and so I was always self-conscious about that. But more so, the weight thing component is not so much about like my image; is more about just being healthy and feeling great about myself. Because I did notice that when I did lose weight, I was feeling better about myself in general, my movement and whatnot, and also just about even like the eating healthy component. Like it just makes me feel great when I'm making those choices, right? So with all that said, it's just I've always been conscious about my body and just about having to move to be healthy. I'm not gonna lie, it gets tough sometimes. Like there's some days where I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Dude, the couch is awesome.
It really
It
is.
sucks how comfy that
It
couch
is.
is.
But I always tell myself that I need to do it for myself because I'm gonna be thankful later. Like I may hate it today, but future Myra is gonna be really happy that I
Boom.
did this.
There you go. I like that. And I introed this podcast, and it's called Your Daily Dose. And it's for what you just said. That's going to be a dose for someone that needed to hear that. Future you. What are you doing this for? Not today, not past, not I hate my past self for not running, so I'm just going to just do it now. Think about future you. And that's cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Please continue. I'm sorry. That was like, I'm like, boom, that's that light bulb for me.
No, I like that. No, I like that's what I think about all the time when I'm having those hard days because I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, as somebody that is used to exercising, whatnot. There's days where like you're just exhausted from work, you're exhausted from having a really stressful week or stressful day, but you just have to power through it sometimes. And I'm thankful later. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I'm very thankful that I've been running consistently, even if I sometimes suffer through it.
Thankful you see the stairs, right?
Exactly. So it's just having that positive mindset that, this is worth something.
So why'd you gain weight? What was making you gain weight?
I don't
Or was
know.
it just growing into your body, or?
No, I think I've always just loved food.
When we were younger, I'll
Younger, can you give me an age? Or just give the
just
audience
since we
an age?
were bigger.
I was born heavier.
Thick bone.
I was thick
That's what we call
bone.
it.
I've always loved food, and it's funny because people think I eat like a lot of junk food and whatnot, but it's not even that. I just really love eating food, and
it's
think
just more like the portion sizes. And I was like the opposite of her. Like I would like barely eat, and
You go
Nah.
from one extreme to the other.
I went for like we like reversed. I would say, and how would I say this? I feel like my mom was always watching what she ate, and they kind of let me run loose. Like if anything, my mom wanted me to eat. So like I never had any self control in terms of like what I was eating and stuff, and I thought I could get away with it forever. But then like I also like around, was it 25 or something, turns out I had like a thyroid issue I didn't know about that made me gain like a lot of weight overnight. So so we like our roles completely reversed, right, Myra? Like in terms of like, and now I'm like always like Myra put a lot of like effort and stuff in learning how to eat right and stuff like that. And for me now, I'm barely catching up and learning how to eat right. Like when I tell Myra, "Hey Myra, I just read that this and this is like good to eat this and that," and she's like, "I already know that." She's like 2 steps ahead.
She's like, did you know this has protein? Like, yeah. I've been on game. You're late. And I'll be like, why you gatekeeping? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? So we're in that part of the podcast where we just need to do like a nice little reset. So if you're driving, laying down, sitting down, walking, collect yourself with a nice inhale here, starting now. At the very top, hold. Bring some energy into that spine. Adjust the posture again. And exhale to release. And I want to propose a question to the group here, starting with Deliz. So, what do you think about, I know we've done strength training and there was something that you were getting from that. Or we've done circuit-based training cardio training, but in the aspect of when you're doing yoga, what do you feel that your body's receiving from it, especially like how we're moving and how we're flowing?
For me, I think it's learning how to connect with myself and being okay with that silence and talking about that. Like, really being mindful of the time and place when I'm doing yoga. I feel like that's what I'm getting out of. That's where I'm going.
Cool. I love it. I love it. And because why I bring that question up is, again, like I've been training people a lot, weight loss, getting stronger, being toned, wedding day, everything. And well, before I tell you my main objective when I'm delivering an asana flow or a yoga session, I'm gonna tell you in a second, but I want to hear your answers as well. So, what is your body telling you? What are you getting from our practice?
You pointed this out, but I move really fast.
Very fast. Yo,
So-
Myra's like, when I'm just like inhale, she's like exhale.
And I'm like a very fast paced person. Like that's just how I live life. And it's kind of teaching me to slow down a little bit and be okay with slowing down, because I'm always those type of people. I'm not a rage driver, by the way, but I'm those people that constantly
I
have to
am.
be fast.
Move
just
with purpose. That's what we say.
There you
yes, I'm
go.
always like, come on, like you can go faster, and that's just my life. Like even with work, I'm always like doing a bajillion things at once, going 1,000 times speed. And I feel like with yoga, it just teaches me to slow down. I know you don't see the slowing down, but I
do.
think it's getting better. I feel like I'm more conscious about the fact that I move really fast.
Cool. I like that. What about you, Melissa?
For me, it's definitely what I'm getting is I'm learning to be like more comfortable with like my body just moving, period, and I'm not as stiff and tense. Like I definitely like felt like I had a lot of tension, like around my shoulders, neck, just like the upper back area. And this is helping me release all that tension and stiffness. And like I said, I'm just learning to move again, being comfortable, because I feel like before even the smallest movement was just kind of like, I want to say like painful, but it was like I would struggle, like even day, like bending down to pick something up.
Mhm.
Like I had to like brace myself just to do that. That's how bad I was, like pretty much like
It's
being
like
a couch potato.
post 30, you get this new soundboard that just happens to be in your body. Get up to couch. Oh, bend
Yeah.
down. Oh, you're
Yeah, or
making
like
these
reaching
noises.
out, like
Cracks.
reaching out for something. Like it was becoming like what? Like I shouldn't be like that. I'm
That's
like not at all.
Knees popping.
I was about to just say. I remember one yoga class. I was like, extend the legs, give them a reset, and all of our legs pop. I'm like, damn, we old. And then Nancy was practicing, and she's the only one. Nancy's in her 20s. Her legs did not pop. She has just an indestructible body. But I'm like, damn, we old. That's 30. That's that 30-year-old body soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So you said something, and I wanted to bookmark it, and I'm gonna just return to it now to kind of like wrap up the podcast. Um, I'll also thank you guys for doing this. You guys are gonna definitely hear if Myra and Melissa want to be on a little more on the podcast. They have some great insight. We do these journal sessions after practice. We talked about this in the intro to the podcast, and they actually have some pretty just like unique views where I think if another young man or woman would listen to it, it'll spark some curiosity, make you ponder, and maybe allow yourself to grow a little bit or just think a little different. So if you guys want to come back, just let me know, and we will press record on this damn thing. My main reason for coaching strength is I wanted to show someone that strength is a superpower. Being so strong is crazy in this world, because this world is going to demand so much from you. And being strong, and when I first started coaching physical fitness, it was all about strength. Develop your strength, develop your that just callous of the mind. Be strong. You cannot be fragile. But I didn't think about was people not enjoying it, but was their physical body enjoying it? Was their mental body enjoying it? Or was I taking their body and mind and wringing it up like a towel with every rep? Pick up heavier, pick up more, show up more. 3 days is not enough. I need 4 or 5 days out of you. And with yoga, it's really allowed me to take a different approach. I'm not looking to get you stronger, toner, to lose weight, because with this practice, and I know you girls are probably seeing it as you show up more, as you do the daily practice more, eventually that will all come. I just want you to feel good. I want the skin to feel good. I want the mental to feel good. And I want you to feel like a bit of release and relief after every asana flow. Not just baked or being like, oh, I'm toasted, because we got to run after and all that. So that's my main thing is, hey, this is mentioned in the podcast. The big thing about this is I teach yoga Monday, Wednesdays at a park in San Diego, California. If you want to know where, follow me on Instagram, Train with Sand. And the main purpose when you come to my class, don't come to get your ass kicked. Don't come to be bullied into a posture that you can't do. Come to be like, I'm stressed and I want to feel better. And I'm going to try to accomplish that. And that's just kind of what we do here. You guys got any closing thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
We're a cool, fun group. We're going to make you feel comfortable, I promise.
There you go.
And I just want to say what Luther says is really true. Like, he doesn't like force you or try to push you to do like poses or whatnot that you might not be able to do or struggle with. Like, he lets you like just do your best to your ability, and I really appreciate that, especially for me who was like not used to this whole yoga stuff and was struggling a lot. Like, I feel like I'm slowly but surely I'm being able to do more over time, and that's just me like pushing myself, trying to do better, and I appreciate that.
Patience, I think that's what it is.
Yes,
I feel
patience.
like a lot of trainers kind of have that thing where like they set expectations because they see that you have the potential, but sometimes they can get a little aggressive with how they push you.
But don't get me wrong, he does push us when he knows we're lacking. I can already hear him yelling at me.
I was about to jump in. I'm like, hey, look, don't come here and expect me to hug you a lot. You're gonna
No, you still get yelled at to keep up because he knows you can.
a firm speaking to. We don't yell.
That is true. He doesn't yell, but I can hear him already saying, "Pick up the pace." So
There we go.
But it's a good delicate balance. Like, he knows when you can do more, and he knows when you're really trying your best, and that's the best that you can do at that moment. Like, he knows.
Well, I appreciate the words and the kind words. Let's get ready to train for next week. That was your daily dose. We'll drop an episode each week. That's what we're committing to. Well, and hopefully on the next episode we talk about something a little deeper, a little bit more inspiring. But this is we'll just end it there. That was fun. Thank you, girls. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night.